Why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon.
And we did. Back then, President John F. Kennedy challenged us to go to the moon and return within the decade. NASA used to send men to do things they never had. They did it with slide rules. Now they are sending men and women to do things done 55 years ago. In fact, most of the people who did it are now dead. And NASA wants us all excited, very excited. You will cheer.
NASA is on the edge of a new era of human spaceflight.
This is starting to get that 1960s Apollo era vibe going here.
NASA is taking the steps in hopes it will lead to another giant leap for mankind.
Artemis II is going to be an amazing, historic mission.
Yes, it would be historic if we'd never done it before. That's the definition of historic. But we actually went to the moon 57 years ago. So the Artemis II mission is by definition not historic. Now every man, woman, and child has thousands of times more computing power in their pocket than used in the entire Apollo program. Somehow NASA wants us to be inspired by replicating something we did half a century ago. It would be a bigger surprise if we couldn't do it. The astronauts heading into space tomorrow aren't even touching down. They are flying around the moon and heading straight back home. Tom Marshburn is with us, three-time NASA space explorer. Oftentimes, Tom, I don't know if you watch the program often, but we invite people on to tell me why I am wrong, so you are welcome to have the floor if you believe I am incorrect in my assessment.
Oh, absolutely. Happy to do that. I think what you're missing is flight tests. We are using technology that didn't exist in the 60s. When you go to the moon, every mission is an accomplishment. So we have a diverse crew. We have an international crew. We have 4 crew.
Why is a diverse crew important?
Because one of the things about space flight, particularly going to the moon, the entire Earth is watching. When the astronauts come back, one of the greatest benefits of a space flight program is for nations that want to increase their education, improve their education, they want to inspire people, they want to inspire nations, and this is opening the aperture for more people, and therefore the more people.
You think people really care what color of the skin the people who are going to the moon are?
I don't care what color the skin is, but I do believe it's a wonderful effort to open the aperture for space for more people.
By aperture, you mean like more people are going to be excited about it?
Oh, absolutely. Certainly a lot of Canadians and international partners. Many people are going to be excited about this because we went there and we came back. And we are going here. This is the first step to go there and stay. Okay, so this is the idea that this time we're going to go and there's going to be a moon colony, and this is the first step to test all these things. Yep. Would it be better if NASA was perhaps a little bit more understanding of the moment and kind of realizing how America has lost interest in the space program because we're told something like this is so historic versus just I don't
it's a
believe
test?
that America has lost interest. There will be almost 500,000 people here to watch this launch. All around the world are going to be watching this launch. I just simply have to disagree.
Okay, I hear you. This is the NASA administrator, I believe, Clayton Anderson, retired NASA astronaut, talking about going to the moon. Take a listen.
Yeah, I think easy is a weird word here. We understand how to do this. We know how to do this because we did it 50 years ago. The trajectory and the physics and all that stuff hasn't really changed. What's changed is the technology that we're able to take with us to do it.
This is perplexing to me because it was a big deal when the first jet went across the Atlantic. Now it happens all the time. Big deal when we broke the sound barrier. Now fighter jets do it all the time. Why is somehow going to the moon so much harder other than the fact that it wasn't commercially viable, so we stopped doing it?
Well, for many reasons. I mean, number one, you have to build a national will to do it. We went there and we came back. Are we going to advance on that or not? So what is the technological development, the current risk posture that our culture has? Are we able, really, to go back again? This mission demonstrates that we are. When you look back over the 20th century, accomplishments, human accomplishments, American accomplishments over the 20th century, the moon landing is always mentioned.
The most watched moment on television. I mean, like I was inspired by the right stuff, on and on. But you just said the national will. Somehow America has lost that interest, right? I think we can all agree on that. And
actually, in Congress, both sides of Congress, that is one thing they agree on the space program. There's a lot going on. We are a nation that adjudicates these things. What's the right thing to do at the right time? Right now, NASA's been funded to get this done. And I believe I know the American people are very much, and around the world, are very excited about this mission.
Okay. Well, I guess Congress coming together to do something historic. Maybe that's what it is.
And I have to say, Leland, even beyond that, nations coming together to do this.
Yeah.
It's almost certain, and I've lived on the International Space Station, lived with a lot of nations, could very well be the greatest legacy of all of this is bringing nations together for an endeavor and dedicated to peace and exploration.
I appreciate your optimism and your enthusiasm, Tom. Thank you very much. We'll be watching tomorrow. Live coverage, of course, on NewsNation of the Artemis II launch.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.